Hey there, welcome back to No Pants Profits. My name is Richard, and today I'm coming to you with the interesting results of a brand new survey that came out. One of my subscribers actually sent me this, and this is the 2025 cruiseline.com and Shipmate Member Survey Results. This is really going to show you how the wider internet community, rather than the Facebook groups and stuff like that, and stuff we've been talking about, is feeling about some of these changes that have happened recently in the cruise line industry. Cruiseline.com and Shipmate are very big in the cruising space. So let's take a look at this survey. I'm not going to beat around the bush. I'm going to show you the survey. The results of the member survey are here, based on responses from over that comma's a little weird. 7,100 or 71,000 members, including this year's survey, uncovers trends in cruise demographics, past cruise experiences, future cruise plans. This is where things get interesting. Future cruise plans. Top destinations, most loved cruise lines, from trending cruise destinations like the Caribbean, the Mediterranean, to enduring popularity of top-rated cruise lines such as Royal Caribbean, Carnival, Norwegian. This year's results paint a vivid picture of cruisers' preferences and future cruising plans. Now, I'm not generally a cruise news channel, but this is interesting news given some of the stuff we've been covering about some lines recently. Now, what's really cool is I'm a survey guy. I love surveys. I don't always have the time to do the ones from the cruise ship, but I love to look at the data from surveys. And we're looking at demographics and different things like that. Honestly, more females generally answer surveys than males. And look, it skews a lot older, but that's also how ships skew a lot older. And you can see it skews a lot wealthier. We analyzed the demographics of the survey participants to understand how their characteristics might influence the findings. 61.8% reporting they are ages 51 to 70. Now, the only thing I don't think they break down is race here, but they break down a lot of the other things. They predominantly North America, so 83% United States and 5.1% Canada, UK, Australia, and other regions of Europe. And we're looking at number of cruises. These are experienced cruisers that understand what is going on. Over 40% of them have done 15 plus cruises, and the top cruise lines, Carnival, just by a little bit. Royal next, and then Norwegian, and destinations primarily in the Caribbean. An important criteria is number 1, the destination itinerary; number 2, the deal/offer; and number 3, the cruise length. This is a cruising community of people who like cruises. Let's be very clear. Previous cruise lines sailed. Majority, Carnival Cruise Line, 63.2%. Had sailed Carnival before, and Carnival's lines are pretty high up there too, including Princess and Holland America. Like, I'll give you an example. Holland America, which is just the smallest of Carnival's mainstream lines, has more people that have tried it than MSC Cruises overall. And yes, they've done mostly the Caribbean. Second place, Alaska, followed by Pacific Coast and Mexico. Preferred cruise party. Most of them said they are a couple. Booking preferences. They book their cruises 7 to 12 months in advance. It's funny because I'm trying to book a cruise right now for less than a week from now. So, kind of amusing. People book them out so far. So far in advance. But I guess when you're a gambler, you can book them a little closer to time. Several elements influence. 7-day cruises was their preferred. So yeah, these are people who cruise a lot on 7-day cruises, at least. We're looking at these bolts. Now, here's where things start to get interesting. All those other things were just kind of demographic studies to tell you what we have behind us. This is future cruise plans. The 2025 survey results look at travelers' cruise plans, detailing booked voyages, destination choices, additional cruise aspirations for the year and beyond, with exciting trends, shifting preferences, and new opportunities on the horizon. This year's findings highlight how cruisers are shaping up the future of travel at sea. So if we look, they surveyed what do people have booked, and 28.5% have Carnival booked, 27.6% have Royal Caribbean International, 18.4% have Princess. So Princess is a Carnival brand, so it is still Carnival's the top one there. But future cruises booked, of the people that were surveyed, only less than 4% didn't have a future cruise booked. So these are cruise enthusiasts. These are the ones that make you money. These are your repeat customers, your repeat passengers, whatever you want to call them. Your long-term value guests. Number of cruises booked. Over 3,400 respondents said they have at least one cruise booked for 2025. Over 1,700 travelers reported 2 to 4 cruises booked for 2025. And my God. And more than 160 said they have 5 to 7 cruises booked. I'm in the 5 to 7 cruises booked. Well, I was until Carnival canceled all my cruises without me letting me know. Many travelers are not just focusing on the immediate plans. At least one cruise book for 2026, and over 600 had done for 2027, and over 50 are already doing things for 2028. Now, here's where things start to get interesting. Carnival Cruise Line emerged as the most booked cruise line, with 28.5% of survey respondents saying they've booked with the line. Royal Caribbean was followed by 27.6%, Princess by 18.4%. But this is weird. To determine if there are any historical patterns amongst the cruise lines, we compared the cruise line percentage of the same question in 2023. We found that Carnival Cruise Line took the top spot from Royal Caribbean as the most booked cruise line for 2025. A position Royal Caribbean held for both 2023 and 2024. And Princess is doing better than Norwegian. Previously, Norwegian held the 3rd place. Yep. And what's interesting is Celebrity's up there too. I like Celebrity. Europe, Mediterranean, 2nd most popular. Planning or consideration of additional cruises. Beyond cruises already booked, they wanted to find out if the community members plan on taking additional future cruise bookings for 2025 and beyond. If so, which are they considering booking? This is where it gets interesting. 72% were looking for more future cruises, and here's where it gets weird. Which lines? You know what they're not considering anymore? Not even in the top 3 anymore is Carnival. Carnival was number 1 for 2025, and it's not even in the top 3 anymore. You done fucked up, AA Ron. Yeah. Royal holds the top 2 spots now. Royal Caribbean International and Celebrity, which is Royal Caribbean International's higher-end brand. And then Norwegian. All of the Carnival brands, Carnival, Princess, and Holland America, have dropped out of people's consideration. Now, Carnival said that, screwing with this loyalty program and changing the rewards, and doing all that, it's going to put less than a 0.5% material impact, if you look at Carnival's last, on their bottom line. Well, interesting. You can see Carnival is down at the bottom of the pack right now. Of the big pack. And then below it is MSC. But MSC has gone up dramatically. Comparing the results to our 2024 member survey yields some interesting findings, indicate a shift in consumer preferences among the cruise lines community members are considering for their next vacation. Royal Caribbean was once again the top cruise line they were considering, receiving the highest percentage. The major shift this year was Carnival Cruise Line, which came in at number 2 last year and dropped to number 5 in their 2025 surveys. Carnival Cruise Line's decline from 2nd to 5th place may very well be attributed to changes in its loyalty program and external media coverage. Hey, that's me. External media. How you doing, baby? At the time the survey was open, the changes to its VIP loyalty program were met with strong reactions from long-standing cruisers who were vocal about the impact of the rewards structure alongside Netflix documentary The Poop Cruise. They dampened enthusiasm for the brand when the survey was taken. Also interesting, a lot more. So I'll tell you, the Celebrity thing is interesting because Royal, their newer ships are more expensive than Celebrity ships. So people are looking at Celebrity because it's cheaper. Takeaway, most cruise lines increase in the likelihood of being... Takeaway, most cruise lines increase in the likelihood of being booked for a future cruise in the coming years as travelers seek new experiences and new destinations for their vacations. However, Carnival seems to have lost market share as a brand that travelers are presently considering. Interesting, isn't it? And yes, there's things on river cruising and things like that, but I think that's interesting. This is the first survey really showing that Carnival is losing market share. Everything else has been speculative. This is a real survey of real people showing that Carnival went from number 2 in mind to number 5 in mind. Carnival, Christine, John Held, and I'm going to call out, what's his name? Weinstein. The first time I'm ever saying his name. That's the CEO of actual Carnival. Josh. I think his name is Josh Weinstein. Hold on. Carnival. CEO. Yeah, Josh. Gotta get rid of Christine. Gotta get rid of her lapdog, John. You are destroying the brand, destroying the company. I mean, if I happen to be short on the stock, I would like that. which I kind of am. But, yeah. You're losing market share, baby. Fuck around and find out. We're in the find out stage. It's Richard from No Pants Profits saying, Carnival's losing market share. And when you wear no pants, the only thing you got left to lose is your shirt. Let me know your comments in the thoughts below. Have a great one. Bye.